Hello all, welcome to our video. In this video, I'll be elaboratively talking about social psychology unit. Social psychology unit will be covered by all of those students who are either currently or planning to pursue their bachelor's in psychology. Social psychology, like the name says, focuses on learning how the social situation and cognitive processes shape a person and human behavior. So, any student who is interested in learning how group interactions, social situations impact the person behavior like anger, prejudice, pride, for all of those students, this unit is just perfect to pursue. This unit focuses on many topics like person situation, interaction, social cognition, and emotional appeals in persuasion. How does a person is persuaded to be angry, to be in pride while interacting with people? If you want to learn that, then this unit is for you. So, the key aspects of this unit are that this unit explores how social psychological principles such as emotional appeals, pride, and guilt influence behavior. The key themes that are included in this unit are person situation interaction, social perception, and group dynamics. Assessment and study. What are the assessments and study in this unit? So the course is designed in such a manner that the student will learn how the social influence has a direct impact on the behavior shown by a human, with study notes covering multiple topics often available through student platform. So many notes will be available. The assessments are designed in such a manner that by the end of the unit, our student will be able to learn a lot about human behavior and how group dynamics impact human behavior. The relevance of this course is that it will induce insight into both individual social behavior and broader collective actions in society. A student will be able to learn that how collective actions in society are taken up after group dynamics and how group dynamics impact the collective actions that are taken in the society. So the assessment one that covers 45% weightage is a research proposal. So the first assessment that comes under this unit is writing a research proposal. This will be your assessment one and will carry 45% of weightage. Many of you will be already informed about what is a research proposal. For those who are not, I'll be doing it right now. So a research study, a research proposal is a proposal of a study that can be carried out in future. So it should be very specific. So for example, you want to conduct a secondary research study. So you need to mention the time zones. For example, you will be accessing the data of from 2015 to 2025. So it should be very specific, measurable, attainable, relevant and time bound. So all of these criteria need to be fulfilled for the research proposal that you will be writing in this assessment one. So the all the headings that come under research proposal is that you need to have a concise title. Then you need to write the background and the rationale of your research study, in which you'll be including some literature around the background of your study, and also the rationale that why your research study is important. What gap in the literature is your research study trying to fill? Then you have to write the objectives and the research question in your research study, that what objectives your research study will be trying to fulfill. The research question will be in the question form, and then there'll be your research. The next heading is research methodology, in which you'll be writing about the methods that you will be adopting in order to fulfill the objectives of a research study. After that, there will be a Gantt chart, that what are the milestones that you expect to by then you will be completing the work in your research proposal. For example, I'll be stating in my research proposal that I expect that for my final dissertation in 1 month I'll be completing my introduction. It might take 2 months to do the literature review. It might take 1 week to analyze the data. By 1 month, I'll be doing the discussion and the conclusion section. So Gantt chart should be there in the research proposal for the final research study that you'll be doing it in future. In this video, I have explained the research proposal in a very concise manner. If you want me to explain you the research proposal in elaborative manner in any video, in my next video, you can write down in comments. So this is your assessment one, in which you need to find a research area that you are interested in. Then you have to cover all these headings and you'll be ready with your research proposal. So this will be your assessment one. So what kind of topics can you cover in this research proposal since you are a psychology student? So research proposal, your study can be about comparing the effectiveness of different interventions, typically focus on cognitive and emotional processes of a human behavior. The proposal is very important that your proposal outlines the methodology very clearly, because you need to write about the methods, the participants, or the data that you will be using in your research study. And most probably, like you are a psychology student, in this study you will be doing a primary study, because you need to analyze a human behavior, and for that primary study is the most effective and most suitable research study. So this is it. This is your first assessment one. This will carry 45% weightage. The assessment two that comes under this unit is online quizzes that can be covered all along your course. You'll be either doing weekly or fortnightly quizzes, and this will carry 20% weightage in your unit. It will cover many topics like groupthink, conformity, ASH experiments, and attribution theory. The assessment will involve analyzing group behavior using concepts like group bonding, roles, and decision making strategies. So, the requirements or the assessment question types or the quiz question types that can come under this assessment is that you might have to apply these theories into group behavior. You'll be given examples from your group experience and you'll have to justify them using social psychology theories. For this, I can just learn from the requirement that you need to be very aware about the social theories, social group theories that you have learned during this unit for answering the quiz questions, because you need to learn, you need to analyze a case study or a group experiment based on these theories and then answer the question. So you need to be very aware about all the theories that are covered in this unit. This will carry 20% weightage. Then comes the final examination in of this unit, which will carry 35% of weightage. This final examination typically will cover core psychology topics, including social cognition, attitudes, conformity, and group processes. This assessment will probably, according to the past scenario, we can say that will cover scenario-based questions requiring applications of theories to real-world examples, example, heuristics, cognitive dissonance, and prejudice. So the topic coverage include impression, formation, social influence, and group behavior. The assessment covers short questions, long questions, and scenarios requiring you to identify and explain social psychological concepts. According to the previous units, a group processes worksheet in which students apply theory to their own group work experience should be done in order to analyze it, how you have to understand a scenario and then answer questions. You need to practice scenario based questions, short questions and long questions in order to fulfill and get great marks in your final examinations. For study resources, you need to have comprehensive notes, flashcards, and practice exams that are commonly available on your university website. You need to learn all the social theories, social psychological theories, learn about the cognitive and emotional processes of human behavior. Only then you'll be able to do great and attain good marks in your final examination. That's it. Let's do a final quick recap of this unit. So the social psychology unit will be covering 3 assessments. First assessment, that will be writing a research proposal, and it will carry the most weightage. This will carry 45% of weightage. In this research proposal, you need to draft a study as a report, as a research study that you can pursue in future. In this, you need to have a concise title of the research study. Then you have to write the introduction, background. You need to specify uh, attainable, relevant, smart aims and objectives of this study, along with the Gantt chart, in which you'll be detailing about by what milestones you'll be writing the different chapters of your research study. This will be your research proposal. Also, there can be changes in the headings that you need to include in your research proposal. For that, you need to go on your university website and see the exact headings that they are expecting in the research proposal. The second assessment, this will be carrying 20% weightage, and these will be online quizzes that will be happening either fortnightly or weekly quizzes. So in this, you'll be given different scenarios. You need to apply these theory, the psychological social theories on these scenarios and answer the questions. So you need to be aware about all the theories. In the third assessment is a final examination, and this will carry 35% weightage. In this, there will be different questions, short, long, scenario-based questions. For this, you need to practice different flashcards and scenario-based questions, and also be thorough with your social psychological theories in order to attempt this exam nicely. So that's it. If you have any queries regarding how to write a research proposal, what is the exact method to write the introduction, how to define the methodology of a research proposal, then you can write down in the comments. I'll make a separate video on how to do a research proposal. Thank you so much.